Hey, what's up everybody? Here are my top stock picks for tomorrow, but before we get into that, I'm going to give you a little breakdown on the overall market. By the way, congratulations to those who traded PayPal, Snapchat, or SQ from yesterday's watch list video. All of them paid. Should have really been able to make something happen off of those trades. So here we go. I'm on /ES. I'm going to move to the 5-minute chart time frame. This pushed up pretty close to the 4,100 whole number. All right, so this has been, I mean, it's no surprise the market's been on a grind lately all the way up, and we haven't had too much of a pullback. We had a little bit of a consolidation phase right here earlier this week, but no significant pullback or drawback. So with tomorrow being Friday and us having the week that we've had already, I'm a little hesitant about taking stocks long for continuation plays for tomorrow. I'm not saying that going long is a bad idea. I'm just saying that you need to start considering the extension of the market and the risk to reward. Is there a higher chance that we continue up or pull back? With us pushing a whole number right now, it's my humble opinion, and that's all it is an opinion, that we experience a pullback prior to continuing up. But the trend is your friend, right? So I'm still going to analyze for all long plays and long ideas. But if we don't get the big push tomorrow and the continuation push tomorrow, just don't be surprised, right? So prepare accordingly for a pullback. Here's the stocks that I'm watching for tomorrow. SQ, I know this one's been on a rip lately. We've been watching it all week. We're going to continue to watch it. Why? Because there is a gap area right here identified on the daily chart time frame above, technically it's above like 261 up to about 266. So there is potential for this once it gets over 260 to really continue to move. I'm not too worried about that little wick right there where it pushed up $1 over 260, over 260 up to 261. I think our trigger being set at 260 is just fine. So yeah, I mean, look, after hours, it's pretty close to that price point. So it'll be a long idea over 260 with a price target of probably 265 in mind, maybe 266. All right. Otherwise, if it rejects 260, you can look to take a short position. So I don't know if maybe I would set a trigger at like 255 or 254, probably 254 for a short idea. But I would expect some support to be found at that 250 level. All right, so long over 260, short below 254. These levels that I'm giving you right now, they're just guidance levels. I will be updating the exact trigger levels in the morning, but this is just a rough plan. You always have to adjust to the market in the morning following the overnight moves. So for those of you that are not in my Discord server, just make sure that you adjust your levels accordingly as you see fit. Okay. The next one for tomorrow will be actually it'll be Tesla, but I'll have two. Okay, so it's either Tesla or NIO. I don't see myself putting both of them on the watch list, and actually, in fact, I might put them both on the watch list because I know some of my traders in the server don't like trading Tesla, and maybe it's too volatile, or maybe the contracts are too pricey. So I think I'll include both. They have a similar setup. So we saw a little bit of a rotation back into EV stocks today, and I like this pattern that it formed intraday. So I call this a fishhook pattern. I'm on the 5-minute chart time frame, so it's where a stock pushes up, meets a level of resistance, comes down, but holds most of the gains that it made for the day. So it looks like a fishhook, right? This is a likely continuation play because we know that stocks move in waves. So with it pushing up to a level of resistance and then pulling back, the next move from here theoretically should be that, if it's ready to break resistance. If it didn't do this pullback intraday, what we would have is a move that looks like that, and then so the next move at open would look something like this, right? So we would have a dip and then a go. But since it's already dipped, we're just looking for this move right here, the go. So it's going to be long over today's high of day. That's going to be 689 or 690, depending on the open. All right, I like, whoops, I'm on the weekly there. Let me back it up to the daily. I like the fact that it pushed up pretty hard, has pulled back. I like the fact that it's being compressed under the 50 EMA, which has been a resistance, and most recently a resistance. It is close to the $700 whole number, so ideally, I would like to see this actually gap up and open up underneath, like right underneath 700. That way we could use that whole number as a level to set our trigger at. Otherwise, it's going to be a likely level of resistance. So it'll be a long, probably a long idea over 690 with a price target of 700. And then above that, you know, probably 710, 720. Definitely 720 is a level of resistance, and that's going off of when we analyzed this previously. You see, actually, the majority of pretty much all of this price action is occurring under 720. So, you know, if it gets over 720, it's really going to be moving, in my opinion. But one step at a time, needs to break 700 first. It's not quite there yet, so a long over 690 will do. Now, let's move to NEO. It's pretty much the same analysis, just different levels. All right, so NEO, another one that's it's not trading as close to the 50 EMA, but it's bouncing here off the 200 EMA. You have that same kind of rally and pullback. Here's your downtrend trend line. This will be a long idea over. See, even intraday, you see that kind of same pattern. This is arguably a bull pennant, actually. Either way, long over the high. So 39, long over 39 would do. A long over 39.2 would do. Depends on the opening price. All right, so NEO and Tesla. What I'll do for those of you that are in my server, I'll probably put Tesla on the main chart watch list because I just like that setup better. But I will include NEO as probably a side chart, right? So they won't both be the main chart, but they'll be there. I'll have both levels adjusted for you. PayPal. This one, I mean, we've been trading it on the way up. I think it probably has a little bit more room to go from here. So 270 is going to be your next logical point of resistance. It's just been strong. The only thing about PayPal is that the weekly contracts are a little bit spready. So if you're trading tomorrow's expiration on the contracts, you might want to consider not doing that, actually. You might want to look at next week's expiration and trade those instead. You just have a little bit tighter of a spread between the bid and the ask on next week's expiration. Plus, it's a nice way to kind of mitigate your risk on same-day expiration contracts, right? So trading next week's a little bit safer. 270 is the price target, just looking for a continuation play. Long over, at this point, it's going to be 265. You know, it may be 266 by open. We'll see. All right. We have, okay, so I have two stocks that I'm going to say are side chart watches. PTON is one of them. This one I put this out like multiple weeks in a row. I actually looked at it yesterday too, and you know, I guess I just fumbled the play right there, forgot to put it out. It's fine. You know, you can't catch them all, but what I like is that we're getting the conviction here. So now we have a break over that 115 price point, which was the level that I had been alerting previously. Break over 115, we got a volume move coming in, we're breaking over the 50 EMA. So now from here, we're just looking for a continuation play topside. This is another one, though, where the contracts can be a little bit spready. So, you know, just make sure that you're choosing something that doesn't have a super wide bid-ask spread so that you don't get caught trying to sell and not be able to get filled and have to market sell, right? Or market buy even. Here's the resistance on the daily. That's going to be at 127, but there's plenty of room from where it's at. What is this? 124.5 up to 127 to be able to take a trade on. If it gets over 127, I think there's a good chance it runs to 130. So yeah, long idea over 124 or 124.5 for tomorrow. Short trigger, I'd probably place it at 120, maybe 119. Okay, the other, and that's a side chart watch. The other side chart will be Microsoft. I'm feeling like a lot of these names that have kind of been running with the market on the way up. If we get that pullback on SPY tomorrow, a lot of these stocks may pull back with it. So there is a gap area below. It's very minor, actually, not super significant. So there's a gap area below today's low of day, but it is still at the highs. And, you know, we're not fortune tellers, so who knows? This market can still continue to push. It'll be a side chart watch, probably over 254 or 254.5, whatever the high pre-market winds up being. That's what we'll be looking for. Otherwise, short idea below 252 with a price target of 250 in mind. And if it definitely, if it gets below 250, you can consider a short position there as well. Right, price target be 247, and then below that, that's when you really have some room for it to fall. But we'll see what it does. Right now, we're just looking for a continuation play long over the highs. It's a side chart watch because, I mean, I just feel like this move's getting a little bit overextended, so it's kind of due for a pullback, right? Two plays that are, I'm gonna call them others because I don't know if I'm gonna put them on the watch list yet or not, but I still want to go over them in case I do wind up putting them on the watch list. One of them is Boeing. Nice turnaround here off of the 21 EMA, solid close. So it had a morning dip down, but a very strong close. And if we're looking at the 5-day, 5-minute time frame, this is kind of the move that you're getting where it's breaking this downward trend line. So I'm curious to see what this does. I'm going to set an alert over 256. It will have my attention if it can break that 256 mark, and I think a price target of 260 is what I'm looking for. All right, top side. And then the other one will be Apple. This one is it's just an other play because our price target was 130 for Apple, but you know, with the market looking a little overextended, I don't know if it's going to go tomorrow or not either. So it's going to be one that I look at in the morning. We're going to look at the market conditions. If it looks good, we'll put it on the watch list. If not, you know, I think we have some pretty good plays already. All right, so quick review, but before I do that, press the like button because I know that you guys haven't pressed that like button yet. I'm getting like 500 views and 25 likes. That's not right. Press the like button for me. Show me some love. Quick review. SQ, NEO, Tesla, PayPal, PTON, Microsoft, Boeing, Apple. All of them have the potential to make the watch list for tomorrow. We've had a great week. We haven't had, I don't think on the watch list actually, I don't think we've had a single losing trade off the watch list this week. We haven't. So, I mean, yeah, 3 wins, 0 loss, 1 win, 0 loss, 2 wins, 0 loss, 3 wins, 0 loss. Voids don't count as a win or a loss. Let's keep the momentum going. If you're already green for the week, don't give anything back. The worst thing that you can do is have a fantastic week and then give back all of those profits on a Friday. If you're trading same day expiration on Friday, you don't need to use as much capital as you normally would to be able to yield the same profits and yield the same returns from a monetary standpoint. So if you need to, size down. We will be trading live. Again, this will be the last day that we're trading live. I think Monday I'm going to go back to the normal text callouts because in the server there are people that work, so they can't attend the live sessions, and you know, I'm neglecting them a little bit by not offering them those text alerts. So Monday will be a normal day, and we will talk about probably going live a few times a week because I know everybody's been loving that. We've been killing it on the live sessions. So, yep, it'll be something that we discuss and figure out. All right, thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will see you all in chat tomorrow. Let's make some money. Don't give anything back. All right? Okay. Take care. Have a good one.